So for the last couple of weeks, we've been going through some of the basic movements with Funakogi on the first week, and then some variations of Funakogi on the second week. And today we're going to try to practice some applications of Funakogi in today's session. Okay, there we go. Great. Hey, Onegai shimasu. Hey, so head up and down. Hey, side to side. Hey, hit the shoulder. Circles one way. Circles the other way. Hey, circles. Arms going forward. Your arms going back. Hey, stretching one side. And the other side. Crossing one side. Cross the other side. Open and close. Hey, nice, Rocky. Hand tight. So, ryoho. Benchi. Yoko. Isa. Hey. Hey, and down, breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. One more, breathing in. Breathing out. Hey, karao. Hey, tapping one side. Hey, the other side. So, hey, outside, inside, outside, inside, on the back and front, down and front. Hey, looking up and down. Hey, it's up, forward, down. And your knees front to back. Circles one way. Circles the other way. Hey, down, up, down, up, up, down, up. Open your toes, down, up, down, up, down. Hey, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. One more time, breathing in, breathing out. So, look at your hips slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you're raising your knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You want the other side? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You will do the side, raising your leg slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Next one, hip hinges. Remember, if you have to support yourself into something to do the hip hinge properly, it's much better. Otherwise, you can also do it slowly. The important thing is to be careful with your supporting leg, that it has a good structure, and try to keep your shoulders aligned to your hips. Okay, so do it as much as you can, but as long as you keep good, safe alignment and structure, your supporting leg and your hips and your head moving on the same direction. If you have to put yourself against a wall, and help yourself, or a chair or anything, please do so. Okay, so otherwise, hands on your chest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hey, opening your legs, lower your body, knees out. Your hands down, pivoting towards one side and standing up forward. So, pivot again in the middle. Hands down, pivoting to the other side and forward. So, in the middle. Grab your toes, raise your head. Raising your hips. And your spine, slowly. Close your shoulders and your head. And circles. One direction. And the other direction. So, open your legs and side to side. Side to side. All right, and lower, going lower, one side. Lower the other side. Lower, toes up, one side. And toes up the other side. Hands in front, one side. Hands in front, the other side. Opening to one side and mountain climbers. Try to extend and push. To the other side, hands down, mountain climbers. Hey, open your legs, down and side to side. One side, the other side. One side, the other side. Side, 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 side. So, coming forward. So. Hey, back stretch. So. Coming forward again. Hips up. Hips down. Hips up. Hips down. One more time, hips up. Hips down. Back stretch. So, turn to one side. Turn to the other side. One side. The other side. One side. And the other side. Side to side. So, hey, sitting down, bringing one leg in, rolling your leg, so, and rubbing your toes. So, rotating your toes, one direction and the other direction. Toes up, toes down. Up, down, up, down, down, rubbing your foot. Oh, tapping. Hey, shaking. And stretching. Bring it down gently. Change the other side. Foot. The toes. Around. One way. Around the other way. Up and down. A rowing. Tapping. A shaking. And stretching. Bring it down. Bring your legs in. So, that side. Hey, coming backwards and stretching back. And your legs up. Knees down, curving towards the front. So, breathing in, breathing out. So, one more time, going back. Hey, legs up. Knees down, curving, sitting up. And breathing in, breathing out. Opening your legs, turning to one side. Toes, to the side. Toes, to the side. Toes, side. Toes, to the side. Toes, to the side. Toes, to the side. Toes, to the side. Toes. Oh. Alright, standing up, please. Okay, let's start with Funakogi. Okay, just basic Funakogi. Okay, so this left foot forward. Remember, align your foot properly. Align your hips forward. Engage your core muscles. Okay, I was saying the other day in the class, in the Saturday class, a couple of mistakes that can happen is that, you know, in our effort of coming forward, we end up turtling forward completely, as in our shoulders and our head and our back just becomes like this turtle. You know, it's our emphasis wanting to come forward. Now, ideally, don't hyper turtle, just use from your hips, so don't completely turtle. But if you happen to turtle, just remember to recover your posture, your shisei after that, as opposed to turtling and then never recovering from the turtling position. Okay, so ideally, don't hyperextend like that. Use your spine, your hip. Maintain your shisei, okay? Don't turtle, but if you happen to turtle, you know, just come back and recover your position. That's on the way forward. On the way back, okay? Sometimes on our effort to come back really hard, especially if we do not have our core muscles engaged, we could hurt our lower back. So make sure to come back, keep your core muscles engaged, come to your neutral position and forward, back, okay? Not hyperextending the back, not curving your back. So you could potentially hurt your back. Okay, so careful turtling forward, careful hyperextending your back on the way back. You know, keep a good, alignment of your head, your spine and your hips. Keep your core muscles engaged, and those things will be minimized. Okay, so left foot forward. Hey, yee ho, 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 yee ho. Yee ho, 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 yee So, it's, go. It's, hey, hand tight to the side, right foot forward, hands in front, hey, yitsa, 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 go. Okay, so more or less we're familiar with that Funakogi exercise, right? So especially the way Sensei does it, as I said in the first session, Funakogi has these, cultural / spiritual principles, from a particular tradition in Japan, which is about rowing a boat, and what does that spiritually and culturally represents for certain people. That's fine and that's great to explore and understand. It is also a warm-up exercise, that is, is incorporated in our training to kind of bring us to a physical and mental state, together as a community. It's a community blending exercise. When you have multiple people doing Funakogi at the same time, there is a sense of unity in what is going on the mat, and that's also an important and powerful thing to establish as a practice together. So, it can be cultural and spiritual, can be, physical in terms of the warm-up, and it can be community-oriented in the way of doing it together. Having said all of those things, and all of those things are very, very good and very important, Moreno Sensei's particular way of doing Funakogi has very specific messages that he wants us to remember and to consider from a functional and technical point of view. Okay, so number one is a transfer of weight, especially into the front foot. Transfer of weight, full range of transfer of weight from the back foot to the front foot, from the back foot to the front foot. Okay? So in a minute, we're going to do exercises that will require us to transfer weight. So in the beginning, in the warm-up, we do something a little bit similar when we start doing our Cossacks, transferring weight from one leg to another leg. So transfer weight, transfer weight, transfer weight, transfer weight. Just by me transferring my weight forward or backwards, I gain space that sometimes I need in order to execute techniques without me moving my feet at all, without me making any more steps. Just giving me space by transferring my weight forward and backwards, forward and backwards, forward and backwards. So just that confidence of your weight being in one position, in another position, in one position, in another position. So transfer of weight is very important. As you know, Sensei's Hanmi begins with the weight, 70% up front, So, and then from there, everything moves into a series of weight transfer from front foot to right foot, etc. So transfer of weight is one. The second one is moving from your hips with your spine involved. We're going to do that in a moment with Ikkyo-gogi. It's not only the transfer of weight at the level of the legs, but it is the transferring of your hip forward, backwards, and your spine moving accordingly. Spine moving accordingly. So transferring weight, yes, but also hip and spine involved. Hip and spine involved. Hip and spine involved. Hip and spine involved. So The second important message, transferring of weight is one, motion of hip and spine as the predominant things that are moving in our techniques, okay? Not our arms, not our legs. In this case, our legs are just transferring weight. Our arms will participate at some point with our hip over spine, but what is moving is our hip and our spine. That's number two. And especially Sensei, when he does it, I think that everybody comments on the energy and the ferocity of his Funakogi. He goes, yeah, oh, yeah, oh, you know, so, and that is, for him and for us, very important to remember is this idea of giving it all, giving everything. It's not like, you know, I do 10 Funakogi and then I do another 10 Funakogi and then that's fine and then tomorrow I'll do it again. No. Each Funakogi is giving everything. Yeah, oh, yeah, oh, you know, and in that giving of everything, you know, there is an important message and lesson also for us. You know, sometimes Sensei says that he delights on people see, you know, doing Funakogi, yeah, and then falling, you know, and then falling down, you know, because he says, well, that's great because that means, you know, that you gave everything to the point where even your own body couldn't take it, you know, and your body kind of stumbled through the exercise. But that's because you didn't hold back. You basically gave everything. So those three are very important features of our training, okay? Our capacity to transfer weight, you know, from one foot to the other, our reminder of moving from our spine and our hip as integral parts of the motion, and our reminder of giving everything, yeah, in every motion, as Sensei says, as if it was the last time we could do it. Okay, so with those things in mind, let's move into a few techniques that apply, where we apply this kind of motion. The most common one that we have from after Funakogi is Ikkyogogi. Ich, knee, okay? But this time we're going to do ich with a stepping forward, with a stepping motion forward, okay? And typically for Ikkyo-ura, if you visualize Shomenuchi Ikkyo-ura, you know, or Iriminage, which is powered by the same motion, okay? Where we step and move. So the idea is leg one forward, the other side, transferring your weight, moving your hip, your spine, entering with intention, okay? So Ikkyo-gogi with Ayumi Ashi this time, okay? So each, knee, 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 san, chi. Go. Hey, the other side, please. Ikkyo-gogi with Ayumi Ashi. Okay, right foot forward and stepping in and absorbing back. Okay, transfer of weight, spine and hips. Put as much intention as you can. Okay, in the motion. Okay. Go. Hey. So, Ikkyo-gogi, okay, Ikkyo-gogi based on Funakogi, but also on certain important elements of Funakogi. All right, so next one, Nikkyo-gogi. So, first of all, just remembering that when you apply Nikkyo Omote especially, you control, let's say for Ikkyo, like Shomenuchi, okay, you control into Ikkyo, then you change your hand, we change your hand position, and then you are in a kind of a Nikkyo position, right? And that position may stay there for Mote, or it may come to your shoulder for Ura, okay? So, but anyway, the position is you enter Shomenuchi, you apply, you control, and then you do a Tesabaki, which typically is, that action, which I cover in another video, how important it is to repeat this action multiple times, to have a familiarity with the way the hand opens and the way the hand transfers. So once the hand has transferred, for Omote, you stay on the same position. For Ura, sometimes you put it on your neck, on your shoulder, and then you apply. So that's kind of what happens with the hand. But what happens with the motion, okay, is something like this. We enter, we apply. This side, so you can see. Okay, we enter, we apply. We change base. Now, here's where the Nikkyo-gogi happens. So, if I want to change hand here, I may run out of space. I don't have enough space. All my weight is forward. I need a bit of space. So, I roll my way back and find the hand. Roll my way back and find the hand. Roll my way back and grab the hand, and then apply. Okay, whatever application, Nikkyo-ura or Omote you are doing. But the important thing is, okay, you enter, you apply, control for it. Change base. Now you're going to do the change of your hand. Gogi, row. Hand down, gogi, row. Hand down, gogi, row. Use the shifting of weight, using your hips from one side to another side, and change your hand position. So let's just do that. Let's do that exercise together. So left foot forward, both palms down. Okay, left foot forward, both palms down. Okay, lower your hips. So that's your basic control. Okay, so left foot forward, both hands down, lower your hips. Now, first of all, just roll from one side to the other, from one side to the other, from one side to the other, from one side to the other. Okay, change position. Same hands down. Okay, right foot forward, just rowing without doing anything else. One back, forward, 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 back, forward. Change. Okay, so that little rocking motion, okay, hopefully is something that we adopt from Funakogi with the rocking motion of our legs and the moving of our hips. And now left foot forward again. Now both palms down. We're going to go forward, and when we come back, we change our hand. We're going to go forward. When we come back, we change our hand. We are forward, come back, change. Forward, back, change. Forward, back, forward again. Forward, back, forward. 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 Okay, so now we are accompanying, it's an actual Tesabaki. Remember, Tesabaki, as Moses explains it, is not only the changing or the motion of the hands. Sure, when the hand moves, that's a movement of the hand, so it's a Tesabaki, it's a motion of the hand, but it's the motion of the hand supported on our center of gravity. So it means that there is some relation between my hand and between my center of gravity. So that's what the Sabaki is, okay? Not only the movement of the hand. So, you know, I could be doing, say, look, Tesavaki, 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 but that's not really what Tesavaki is. I mean, there's a shaping of the hands, but Tesavaki will be more something like, something that is related between the motion of the hip and the movement of the hand in some form, okay? So, in this case, okay, your hip and your hand, your hip and your hand, your hip and your hand, okay? So, come closer. So, basically, your hip and your hand, hip and hand. But this action of transferring weight in combination with the motion of the hand. So, Nikyo-gogi, okay? So, one more time, control, left foot forward, get left foot forward, control, rocking, changing hand, rocking, changing hand, moving, changing hand, moving, hand. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Down, control. Okay, so eventually that's what happens, isn't it? We enter Nikyo, Nikyo, control, change, up, and boom, we control again for Nikyo Mote, and then we enter and we hug and everything else that happens after that. So right foot forward, okay, now we keep your hips down, remember to rock back and forward. Now harmonize the changing of your hand with the rocking of your body, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and boom, control one more time, enter and apply. Okay, so Nikyo Gogi, where in Nikyo, when you enter and you apply and you change base, and now that you are forced to change your hand, where are we applying the rowing action to support the hand action, okay? Where do we harmonize our lower body with our upper body? Okay, so now Nikyo Gogi, okay? So Nikyo Gogi is that action. Nikyo Gogi, so that action. Let's just practice that Nikyo Gogi if you want, you know, if you step side to side, okay? Lower your hips, right hand in front, rocking back, changing hand position. Hand in front, rocking back, changing hand position. Hand in front, rocking back, changing hand position. Okay? Left hand, rocking, changing. Hand, rocking, changing. Hand, rock, change. Hand, rock, change. Okay? So the harmony of the hand with the hips. All right, next one, Sankyo Gogi. Very similar, just a little bit more forwards in motion. So we enter in, you know, we control, okay. We enter, we control. Thank you. We change base. We're going to skip all of that at the moment, just to the part. Down to the bottom of the thing, up. Okay, almost like for people who practices with jaw. Sometimes people that practice jaw, they go down and they go from underneath, they come upwards, isn't it? Some people do that motion with jaw. In this case, the same thing. Down, lower to the bottom of the jaw, and extend up. Once you do that, you change for your hand Sankyo position, and then we move into a Sankyo action. But once again, let's not work too much on the technique. Let's just work on the face of the Sankyo Gogi, or when we roll back and extend. We roll back and extend. So hands down, left foot forward, hands down, right hand, lower your hips. Right hand is going to go to the end of the jaw and it's going to extend from below to above, not horizontal. And definitely not from above to below. From below to above, okay? So lower and extend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Change hand, grab for your Sankyo grip, and apply Sankyo. Okay, so that's we're just looking at this section of Sankyo Gogi, not the entire technique. Okay, the other side, lowering your hips, right foot forward. Your left hand is going to go to the bottom of the jaw and it's going to extend from below. Bottom of the jaw, extend from below. Bottom and extend, bottom and extend. Here you go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Change hands for Sankyo, stepping in and cut down. Okay, for Sankyo. So basically how quickly the time goes. So the important element of application of Funakogi, okay, is to find the moments in the technique where shifting weight without shifting foot position is relevant. You know, the moments of the technique, which should be every time of the technique, where your hip and your spine are guiding the movement, okay? And intentionally, you know, when you do those motions, with intention, like if it was your last chance to practice that motion. With those two things, then our Funakogi has application on our technique, and it's not just all the other things that I say at the beginning of the exercise as well. So in the case of Nikyo, in the case of Ikkyo, it's a little bit simple because it's just either, you know, Ikkyo or Mote, using your weight, shifting, and body and spine. Ikkyo Ura, the same thing, using your hip and spine. And then Sankyo, Nikyo and Sankyo is when do you have control, and now you are requested to do one of your changes with your hands. You know, for Nikyo will be that, for Sankyo will be something else. So when are you about to do a change of your hand, and how can the shifting of weight, okay, and the movement of your hip assist that action that you're about to do with your hand, right? As opposed to just doing it with your hand, how does that shifting of weight and moving of the hips assist that motion? Just to finish up and just food for thought, you know, in terms of your practice, after Sankyo it comes Jonkyo, which in terms of, you know, application and changing of hands follows the same ideas. You know, when do you need to use weight, you know, shifting your weight in order to apply. But the most difficult thing, I think, not that it's essential, because as we've been practicing in the last few weeks, the essential element of Jonkyo is not the pain control element, is not the pain element on the wrist, is the proper control of the elbow and arm through manipulating through the wrist. So how to control the elbow, how to control the shoulder, how to control the spine when we have contact with the wrist. So, but you know, it is true that Jonkyo has that element of inviting us to explore the nerve on the wrist and the control of it. Now, I have said, you know, it's the base part of the index finger placed in a particular part of the wrist. Let's not waste too much time at the moment with that. But then, and this is where the transfer of weight is important again, our most common mistake will be the same. Let's say that I have the correct part of my finger in the correct part of my partner's wrist. But if I am a smaller person than them and I do not shift weight on my legs, let's say, and I just try to squeeze with my hand, that's going to have zero effect, unless my arm and my hand is much stronger than my partner's. The idea of Jonkyo is that now I'm going to transfer the weight, transfer my weight into that single spot. Now, if my weight is 50 kilograms, 60 kilograms, whatever it is, I am going to not have weight involved and just have my hand and try to apply with my hand. But hopefully I am going to transfer my weight into that position of the hand. So if you are, again, practicing Jonkyo and you want to explore that part, first of all, use the correct part of your hand, which is the base of your index finger. Second, find the correct place in your partner's wrist. That's a little bit more tricky. It takes a bit more time to explore that. But third, remember that what comes afterwards is not a squeezing or a Chinese burn kind of feeling on your partner's arm. It's just basically the displacement of your body into that spot. Okay, transferring of weight into that spot. So, okay, Ikkyo, Nikkyo, Sankyo, and some ideas of Jonkyo, of what Funakogi tries to teach us through its exercise. Okay, let's finish up. Great. Hey, arigato gozaimashita. And that was only with the control techniques. There's another kind of set of ideas for throwing techniques, but we'll leave that for another time. I will kind of finish the 3 parts of Funakogi exploration of the last 2 weeks for now. Okay, thank you.